Hello, everybody. Welcome back to the United Way for our latest Manchester United breaking news. Richard Arnold fired. Who's next? Is it Morta? Who is it? Will it be anyone next? Well, it's for me to discuss and you to tell me. So, as you know, Wednesday, the 15th of November, Richard Arnold was well. He wouldn't say it was fired, but we all know he was going to be removed by Sir Jim himself. I will go through what Manchester United came out with. I will go through what Joe Glazer came out with, the scumbag, Patrick Stewart, and Richard Arnold himself. Before we get stuck into the video, please like, comment, and hit that big red subscribe button. Let us know your thoughts on Richard Arnold being fired. And what do you think Sir Jim can bring to Manchester United to get us back to the top? It'll take time, but what do you think? So Richard Arnold has decided to step down as chief executive of Manchester United after 16 years with the club. Patrick Stewart will take over as interim CEO in addition to his existing role as general counsel, with Richard continuing to provide transitional support until the end of December. A search process will be carried out for a new permanent CEO. Joe Glazer, executive co-chairman, said, "I would like to thank Richard for his outstanding service to Manchester United over the past 16 years and wish him all the best for his future endeavours. We are fortunate to be able to call on the deep knowledge and experience of Patrick Stewart to provide interim stability and continuity as we embark on a search for a new permanent CEO." Richard Arnold, the outgoing CEO, has said, "It has been an incredible privilege to serve this great football club for the past 16 years through highs and lows. The constant has been the dedication of our employees and fans. I would like to thank all of them for loyalty and commitment and wish everyone associated with the club the very best for the future." Patrick Stewart has said, "Together with my leadership team, colleagues, my job will be to ensure that the club's foundation remains stable while we embrace changes that can make us stronger over the long term on and off the pitch to support the search for a new permanent CEO." And it was supposedly Ratcliffe's decision to remove Richard Arnold from his position, and I'm not surprised. And I woke up and I seen the news, and I was happy, because what has he done? Like, no one can sit there and say, "Oh, Arnold, he's gone. Look at him, but he done this and done." No way, he done nothing for the club, just like the Glazers and even more. But you know what? It's a good step, and it's a big step, hopefully in the right direction. Ratcliffe is planning on bringing in Jean-Claude Blanc and Paul Mitchell. Obviously, Jean-Claude Blanc, he'll be hopefully good. We've seen what he's doing at PSG and Juventus. Paul Mitchell, obviously, Monaco. So there's a bit of positivity on the horizon, and I really hope that this decision of getting rid of Arnold does. I mean, let's be honest. Arnold, does anyone even know what he does? Like, he doesn't do a lot on Manchester United. Obviously he said that he stepped down, but personally I think it was one of those, I'm going to leave before I get told. It's like when you get a job and you're in it for a long time and you don't really do a lot, and the manager's going to say, "Listen, you're gone," but you're just kind of handing your nose just before. So then if anyone asks, say, "I left." Trust me, it's something everyone does. And it's a big step. I mean, you look at Manchester United, look at the players they brought in, price tags, and players they let out, price tags, and you look at the stability around Manchester United at the moment. There's no stability there. This is what I look at, stability, and at the moment it's just like that. Honestly, but no, it's a good move, and I really, really hope that Ratcliffe can do these plans and it does work out and we can get back to the top, because I'm not going to sit here and say, "Oh, look at Ratcliffe doing bits," because I didn't want Ratcliffe. But if Ratcliffe can do what Ratcliffe said, well then, fair enough. Because let's be honest, he knows, and I know, and we all know, that not many Manchester United fans want him. So he's going to have to win us. He's going to have to win us. He's going to have to win the fans to get on his side. Look, and you have to be patient. You have to be patient, just like Eric Ten Hag. I back Ten Hag as always. Obviously, some would say we don't have to back Ratcliffe, and that's fair enough. But I don't know what side I'm on. But this is about Richard Arnold, obviously. You look at the fans a few years ago when he went outside his house. I think it was about Frankie de Jong or something like that. We weren't getting Frankie de Jong, and the fans were just getting frustrated. He went and spoke to the fans. So Richard Arnold, even though he was CEO, he didn't know what the hell he was going to do. Now we could be bringing in a CEO and a director of football, and whatever. Obviously, the bad thing is the Glazers should still be around, unfortunately, but that was the reason why many United fans didn't want Ratcliffe, because the Glazers lying around. If Ratcliffe was coming in buying 100% of the club, it'd be probably a different story. I'd be sitting here saying, well done, Ratcliffe, solid, well done. Well done, he's getting rid of Richard Arnold, but, hopefully the decisions he makes are good ones. And I'm glad he got rid of Richard Arnold, just to clarify. I am, I'm not sitting here saying, why did you get rid of Arnold? Trust me, I think getting rid of him was a good start anyways. It's a shame he can't get rid of the Glazers. Well, he can, but over time, I suppose. But yeah, good. It's solid, and we needed it. We needed it. We needed this Ratcliffe to come in, lay down the law. But I'm looking at Richard Arnold, and I still look at even John Morton. I'm like, do you know what you are doing? Do you know what you are doing at Manchester United? Because personally, I don't. I still don't. Even though one is gone, well, one will be gone at the end of the year. And obviously Ratcliffe, he'll probably bring in his Jane Claude Blanc and his Paul Mitchell, which is big. Imagine it'd be just so nice to have them, and it's nice to get rid of Richard Arnold, because if I was to sit here and say who'd rather want, Claude Blanc or Arnold, I think people would such be hand off if I said two hands, who do you want, Claude Blanc or Arnold? People would snatch this hand because they want Claude Blanc. Claude Blanc, sorry. But yeah, it's a good move, and I hope it's a step in the right direction. And I hope this will come Christmas time, will Ratcliffe be in? We will be in some sort of control there. I think it takes a lot of time as well for that to go through. So, obviously he seems to be doing bits behind the scenes. Obviously, it's in his plans. He has plans. He has plans. The Glazers here and the Glazers gone. It's nice to see that we're getting rid of, the inconsiderate. Because like I said, ever since Richard Arnold came in, 16 years. And what has he done? What has he done? What has Richard Arnold done? Since he's arrived at Manchester United Football Club, what has he done? What has he done? That's just what I want to discuss. But hopefully this is the first of many. Hopefully this is the first of many. Hopefully it's the first of many, because it's a good start. It's good that we're getting rid of Arnold. So it is a good start. But it's big. It's not really big from Ratcliffe. It's a big decision. If I say it's a big decision, if I was Ratcliffe, I'd be getting rid of Arnold, Morton, and the likes, and I'd be bringing in top class boys. People that I can trust, people that I can know. I don't really look at, the Glazers and say, oh well, I can see why they brought in so on. No, they just don't. But I'll go through the Manchester United football hierarchy. Just give everyone a rough idea on what's at the club, what's going on at the club at the moment. So Joel Glazer is the owner, unfortunately. Richard Arnold, well, chief executive, but up until January or the end of the year. Football director John Morton. Darren Fletcher, technical director. Andy O'Boyle is assistant football director. Nick Cox is head of academy. Matt Hargreaves is head of negotiations. Steve Brown is head of recruitment operations. David Harrison, head of football operations. Simon Wells, senior scout. Mick Court, technical chief scout. Eric Ten Hag, manager. Steve McLaren, assistant manager. Mitchell van der Gaag, assistant manager. Travis Binnen, head of player development and coach. Now, I would get rid of, I don't know, I'd get rid of a few there anyways, but, hopefully it's a good step in the right direction. My quick thoughts, and I've obviously given me thoughts, I'm delighted we got rid of him, and I hope we can bring in Claude Blanc and Paul Mitchell as well, because that'd be big. There will be a video out, of course, soon. Basically, one about who is Jean-Claude Blanc and who is Paul Mitchell as well. We know who they are, obviously, but a bit of insight on what they can do and what they can bring to Manchester United and what they've done with the clubs that they're at or previously been at. But listen, it's a good start. It's a good start. Obviously, the only negative about all of this is the Glazers are still there. 25% stake of ownership. It's not the greatest, but hopefully he'll come in and hopefully he'll put a bit of sense and listen. Hopefully he keeps Ten Hag on. That'd be probably the most stupid decision you'd ever do if he came in and said, right, I'm getting rid of Ten Hag and they're going to bring in Graham Potter, if anyone remembers that. But no, listen, so far so good. He's only got rid of one. Let's see what he can do on the transfer side as well. Let's see what these new people he could potentially bring in, what they can do. Will we see a big change in Manchester United in the next 2 years or even less? We don't know. We just have to sit back and see what happens. Unfortunately, obviously, like I said, most Manchester United fans want to get Qatar, but it's just we knew Ratcliffe was going to win with the offer he had on the table, having the Glazers still in the background. Maybe some more, again, the more I kind of read about what Ratcliffe can do, I get more positive, of course, but again, it's going to be interesting. Obviously, coming up against Qatar was big from Morta. When Qatar came in, I thought, when Qatar came in, I thought Ratcliffe is done. Ratcliffe has no competition. But then he kind of made it kind of lean towards the Glazers. How do I get the Glazers on my side? How does that happen? How can I do that? He done it, and he looks like he won. But again, hopefully it's a good step in the right direction. It's a good start. But let us know what you thought of Richard Arnold fired. Personally, it's good. It's not to go, oh my God, Richard Arnold's gone. But it's a good start. It's a good start. That's all we can do is start. You have to start off somewhere. And Ratcliffe started off by getting rid of Richard Arnold. So, he's making his way around. He's making his way around. And I wouldn't be surprised if the next person to go is John Morton. Clueless again. If I like the Man United hierarchy, half of that is clueless. Bring in the player people who know how to do it. Bring in the stability. Bring in what we wanted. Bring in what Manchester City. Look what they have. Look, all right, they have loads of money. That's one reason why they have success. Right, Liverpool. That's one of the reasons why Liverpool are such a top and successful club, because look what they have. Arsenal. Arsenal. You can put Tottenham and Chelsea in there if you want. Man City as well, actually. How could I forget? But yeah, listen, so far so good. So far so good. But you know what? Like I said, the next video will be who is Jane. Is it Jane or John? Jane Claude Blanc. And Richard Arnold gone. Who's next? Richard Arnold gone. Who is next? But again, I spoke a bit about everything, a bit about Morta, a bit about Arnold, a bit about the Glazers, a bit about Sir Jim, Ratcliffe, and a bit about Qatar as well. Like I said, we didn't want Ratcliffe. Some didn't want Ratcliffe. I wanted Qatar, I'm going to be honest with you. But if things go well and we can become a top successful club again, happy days. But until then, you just have to sit back and see what happens. But again, not been the longest video, but thanks everybody for watching, and